What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Player Reigns. It's Chelsea 1, Frankfurt 1 at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea progressed to the Europa League final on penalties. I'm here with Cameron. Before we go into Player Reigns, tell me about the game.
Fam, I'm not gonna lie.
Right, give us a sec.
So yeah, fam, I'm gonna do my thing.
Yeah, go on.
What's it? If I'm being real with it, yeah, everyone seems kind of vexed, and I'm like, the first half, I didn't think it was that bad.
First half wasn't bad, it was after that.
Yeah, definitely. It was another game where we had a decent first half. We got the goal, and I know it's easy to be negative about the way that we played because the majority of the game we wasn't great. But I thought the first half, yeah, Ruben was tearing it to fucking pieces, fam.
I thought in the first half they were trying to target him, especially after the first leg, because 3 times I think the first 20 minutes they'd taken him down.
Exactly, like they were really sticking the fouls on us today, fam. They were really trying it, but nah, Ruben bossed that game completely today. And I have to give him credit for that first half. I really do. Yep. And yes, they had their chances, but boy, our quality showed in the end. But it's another game, second half, fam. We're coming out like idiots again, and bruv,
goal conceded as well.
Like, we can't be doing that. We can't be doing that in Baku, you know. We really can't be doing that in Baku.
Yeah, because we'll be paying like 600 quid to go down there, minimum.
Bruv, because if you saw the way that their front line and their midfielders were pressing us, bruv, they were on us hard. They were on us hard because they know we're going to try to play out the back. And how did Arsenal beat us earlier in the season? By pressing us hard. They pressed us hard, fam. And then eventually, they'll just hold it down at the back. That's all they done. So that's why I'm happy we got through. But I am worried for that final, fam. I really am worried. I'm big time.
All right, well, let's start for the Player Reigns. Let's start off in goal. Kepa, thoughts on him today?
Bruv, I'm not going to lie, yeah. I know people are saying, like, Loftus-Cheek, Hazard wasn't at his best, but, like, really and truly, yeah, I got to lie, Kepa's man of the match, you know. Kepa really...
Go on.
As I was saying, Kepa really is man of the match today, you know. Kepa really pulled off some big saves in the first 90 minutes, and then in the penalty shootout, fam. Boy, he stepped up. He stepped up big time. And I know people like Kepa and the penalty shootout, the first thing people are going to think is they're going to chat shit about the last in the final. Exactly, they're going to chat shit. But nah, he stepped up big time today. He made some big saves in the 90 minutes.
He was unlucky not to get his hand on more.
On the level. He was unlucky. On the level, he was unlucky. He went the right way quite a few times. So really and truly, I'm going to give Kepa a 9 today, fam, because he was solid, fam. Yes, we conceded, but he was solid, fam. He won us that game.
All right, moving on to Azpilicueta now. I'm never going to criticise Azpilicueta's heart. I mean, this guy puts everything out there for the club every game, and I'm never going to say he doesn't. But it was a mixed performance today from him.
It was. I think it was another game where defensively he wasn't the worst, especially when he filled in that centre back. I feel like when he filled in that centre back, I thought he done a good job. I'm not going to lie. I know some people are going to be harsh on him, but I thought he done a decent job considering when he had Zappacosta on the right hand side and he wasn't looking great, fam. He wasn't looking great. He got moved out of position during the game, and he done what he needed to do. Poor penalty in the shootout as well. That was not a great penalty, but Aspie, I thought it was okay. Like, it wasn't amazing. I'm going to give him a 6.
Moving on to David Luiz now. Crazy amount of blocks from him again, saying he had a great clearance off the line. But again, mixed performance from him too. Them long balls have disappeared.
They really have, fam. They really have. And the one thing I've noticed from the first half, the first thing I noticed is that Jovic was focused on David Luiz's side. He was on David Luiz for the entirety of the game. He wasn't really going at Christensen. He was more on Luiz. It's almost like they were trying to force a mistake out of him. And a few times, like, he looked iffy, bruv. But David Luiz in a big game for him, he stepped up. He stepped off the clearance off the line, scored his penalty, made up for the Carabao Cup final. I can't give him a low rating from him. I really can't, fam, because even though there's times where he looked suspect, eventually when the going got tough, fam, he stepped up, fam. He did step up, so I'm going to give him a 7, you know. I'm going to give him a 7, just because I understand that we weren't the best today, but when it came down to what really truly fucking mattered, and that's winning the game, he stepped up. I'm going to give him a 7.
All right, Andreas Christensen, thoughts on him?
Christensen, in all honesty, I thought he was the better out of the two. I feel like they were getting him behind David Luiz a lot more. I feel like their main focus was trying to get him behind David Luiz, because they know they can force a mistake out of him, whereas Christensen, he's a bit more composed about himself. He tries not to get dragged out a bit, but I thought he done well. I was a bit nervous, especially against their strike force, man, because their strike force is no joke, but he done a good job today. He done a good job, and his passing, it was decent, so I'm going to give him a 7 as well.
All right, Emerson now. I thought defensively, he let himself down a couple of times. There was a couple of times he was too slow to come back, but going forwards, He was a bit of a threat, not one of our biggest threats, but he was there, he was about, he was trying to create chances, he had a decent shot towards the end as well.
Yeah, he did. What I will say is that, defensively, he wasn't all there today. He was not all there. Going forward, he was decent. But I'm not gonna gas up and line and say that he had a good game, because I don't think he did. I think he's had better games this season, especially in the Europa League, and he needs to step up a little bit more, because really, truly, Hazard didn't have one of the greatest games either, and he needed support down that left-hand side. And I don't feel like he provided the support that was necessarily needed. And his crosses in the box, they were okay. So I'm gonna give him a 6.
All right, moving on to Jorginho. Another great game today from him.
Yeah, fam. And the funny thing is, I was in the Harden, fam. I hear bare man trying to smack fucking Jorginho, bruv. Like, do you not realise what you're watching here? Like, I understand that. Yes, he does mess up a few passes. Everyone does, fam.
He's improved, that's the thing.
Level, like, fam, he's getting in positions, he's winning the ball back, and he's passing the ball in good areas, fam. In good areas. And people love to... He's the scapegoat, fam. He really is the scapegoat. And I hear someone like, oh, sorry, only plays because it's this boy. Yeah, probably. But you can't lie that he's improved, fam. You can't lie that he's improved. And I thought he had a good game today. He was one of our better players today. And he made up for the penalty in the final as well. Because, boy, when he stepped up, I was nervous. I was nervous big time. So it was one of his better games today. Honestly, it was one of his better games. I'm going to give him a 7.
Good, I'll agree on that. Loftus-Cheek now, again, targeted today by Frankfurt. First chance he got clear, put in the net. Shouldn't have been subbed off, in my opinion. If I'm nitpicking, I'm thinking maybe it's because of how much they were targeting him, but I still kind of think Loftus-Cheek should have stayed on. Other than that, great performance from him.
Great performance, especially in that first half. But I can't deny in the second half he did ease off a little bit. And that's my thing with Ruben. Like, I love Ruben as a player, fam. I feel like he's got it all, fam. And when I was watching that first half, the first one that came to my mind was when we lost Mata, Hazard stepped up, fam. Hazard stepped up and he took that and he carried us, fam. He carried us big time. I think Ruben's that player, fam. Ruben is that player. If that's Hazard's last game at the Bridge, fam, if Ruben stays fit, we're in safe hands, fam.
I think it's already a sign that they went to target him.
Exactly.
As well. Even compared to Hazard, most of the focus on him, he was the guy that they were kicking down half the time.
Exactly, fam. Like, honestly, yeah. I know people think that we say this shit because he's come through the Chelsea academy and we like him, this, that, he's English. Nah, fam. Bruv, the guy has it all, fam. The guy really does have it all, fam. Going back, he don't fuck about. When he's going forward, he can dribble through most man, shoulder to shoulder. He's gonna beat you, and the finish was sublime, fam. And let's be real, he was our best outfield player today. He was our best outfield player, so I'm gonna give him an 8.
All right, moving on to Mateo Kovacic now. Worst out the 3, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And it's just the same old.
To be honest, yeah, Kovacic is getting a lot of shit, but like, I thought he done okay. I'm not gonna lie, because in that first half, yeah. The one thing I did notice, of course, he's no N'Golo Kante. Of course, he is no Kante. But in that first half, the one thing I did realise is that down that right-hand side, we looked a lot more fluid from him because he's a better passer of the ball. That's the one thing I will give him. Defensively, of course, like, I'm not expecting
in terms of the end product,
bruv, that's Kovacic though, innit? That's Kovacic, fam. End product ain't there, fam. That's the one thing with him. End product is not there. But I feel like for that midfield 3, there was a chance we was going to get overpowered because there's no real defensive player there, and I thought he done a decent job. But he was definitely the worst out of 3. You fucking better!
You better win Champions League! You better win it!
Fam. Marcelo!
Hey, don't fuck it up like last year, innit?
Fucking win that! Sorry, fam. No, they better win that though. But on Kovacic, I think it's a bit hard to say that he was flat out poor because in that position, that's not his position, in my opinion. So I'm going to give him a 6.
Okay. Respectfully agreed on that one. Eden Hazard, now, he did get the winning penalty today, but I'll be honest with you, even for his last game at Stamford Bridge, you would have hoped for a little bit more from him today.
But like, it wasn't one of his best games today, fam. It wasn't one of his best games at all. But I don't know. I really don't know with Eden today, because it's kind of hard to think about because when Eden gets the ball, most of the time, he's going to be solid. Most of the time, he's solid on the ball and he's going to produce. And at times he did produce. We can't forget that. I think did he assist Ruben? I'm in 2 minds of thinking that he assisted Ruben today, but I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if I'm going to be honest with you. But I felt like his one issue was I don't think he got the ball enough, bro. Today, I don't think he got the ball as much as he usually does, fam, because as we tried to play out the left-hand side quite a bit, but today, like, we didn't really see it come to fruition, fam. We didn't see it come out. So it wasn't one of his best performances, but he took that last penalty. And if that's the last time he's playing at Stamford Bridge, he stepped up, fam. He stepped up when the pressure was on him. So I do have to give Eden a 7 today because he still was one of our better players.
All right, moving on to Olivier Giroud now. I personally thought he was invisible today.
Yeah, it was a poor Olivier Giroud performance, in my opinion. I mean, most of the time with Giroud, you know what you're going to get. He's going to be decent in the air and okay in the link-up. That's all. He was okay. All I can say, he was okay. He was okay. He wasn't amazing. He wasn't great. There were times where you felt like he wasn't even there, fam. I'm not going to lie. So, Giroud, I'm going to give Giroud a 5. I'm going to give Giroud a 5. I don't think it's one of the better players.
All right, moving on to the last player, Willian. Now, again, okay performance, but I thought the attack overall weren't that great today. I don't think anyone shone.
They weren't great today. And Willian, he had his little moments where he dribble with the ball at his feet and he looked okay, but other than that, not much came from him, fam. No, I don't remember no real crossing threats. I don't remember no real shots. But he didn't do much. It was kind of like Giroud. He didn't do much, bruv. It's like half the time you didn't really feel like he was there. So I'm gonna give him a 5 as well.
All right. 5. Rolling through the subs then. Start off with, seeing as we're at Willian, we'll start off with his replacement, Pedro. Thoughts on him?
He was better than Willian, but that ain't to say he was good, in my opinion. He weren't good. I'm not going to say that. There were times where we had the ball in our own half and he's dribbling, he's trying to dribble through everyone. I'm like, bro, Pedro, you're decent at this year, but fucking off, fam. This is a semi-final and they're pressing us. They're pressing us hard, fam. Sometimes you just got to release the ball and try to get the ball forward as quickly as you possibly can. Like Jose, I don't understand if it's, I'm not sure if it's the players or if it's the manager, but there were times when Frankfurt were really trying to press us up and it was like, bro, we can't be trying to play out the back right now. We really can't be. Sometimes, like Jose said, sometimes you've got to drop your philosophy to win these games, fam, because in the grand scheme of things, I know some people think, oh yeah, we have to win pretty. I don't give a fuck, fam. We got to win. And the way we was playing, I don't think we really deserved to win. So, boy, Pedro, he was okay at best. Okay, so I'm gonna give him a 5 as well, fam. Fuck it, I'm gonna give him a 5.
Yeah, I'll agree on that. I don't think either was better than the other. Zappa Costa, I didn't think he was that bad.
He wasn't. My thing with Zappa Costa today was he's not that bad. He wasn't that bad. But what I will say is that his passing it wasn't the greatest. There were times where his passes were a little tiny bit off where I maybe had to take 1-2 steps back and it slowed down the play a little bit down the right hand side. That's the one thing I will say. But defensively, he wasn't that bad either. In all honesty, I think I'm just giving him a 6. I'm just gonna give him a 6 because I thought he was more effective than he was effective when he came on. He was relatively effective.
Okay, who else are you on now? Higuain.
I don't know, fam. Like, because Giroud was looking at his best, and I was kind of thinking in the back of my mind, you know what? Yeah, maybe he should summon Higuain. Maybe he'll bring a little something. The defense should be tired. He might find a little lucky running behind. No, like
70 minutes head start.
One thing, like it's like he weren't there, fam. It's like he weren't there. 5, right? No, 4. Fuck it, fam. 4.
Right, last player, Ross Barkley.
There was booing when he came on, but I think it was more about Ruben coming off. In my opinion, it was the right decision. I think it was. We need Ruben for Sunday. We need him for Sunday, fam, because we need to secure third. As simple as that. I think we need to do what we can to secure third. And considering Ruben's injury history, we have to think about the final as well. I thought it was the right decision to actually take him off. And when Ross came on, he wasn't necessarily amazing, but it was all right. It was all right. He filled in. I wasn't expecting him to set the world alight, because I never do. I'm just going to give him a 5.
All right, Maurizio Sarri now. Not really a lot of questions about the lineup.
Yeah, like,
but a big talking point is probably that substitution we were talking about.
Bruv, that substitution was a safe substitution, and I think I'm one of the only people that think that it was the right decision to make. I completely understand it was a semi-final, but if Ruben got injured, we're fucked.
No, I get that. At the time, I didn't think it was the best decision, but even on that, I don't think it was worth booing.
Yeah, it wasn't worth booing. Like, don't get me wrong, when Ruben came off, was I happy? No. Of course I wasn't happy. I want to see Ruben play, fam, because I know Ruben could have won us that game, fam. But at the same time, I completely understand taking the safe option, bring him off. If we get to the final, he's ready for Baku, and he's ready for Sunday as well. So, Rossi came on 6. I'll give Ross a 6, but I understood the decision of him coming on. Understood.
All right, last off, the Chelsea fans now. Probably one of the best atmospheres of the season, let's be honest.
Yeah, it was. It was a great atmosphere. It was a great atmosphere. I have no real complaints other than us booing. I don't think that's necessary. A few people around me questioning Sarri. I'm sat, bruv, like, I get it. Please, mate. Oh, peace. Oh, thank you. Oh,
You're just a prick then, innit?
dickhead. Your mum's a skit, fam.
And your crepes are shit.
Keep that in there as well, fam. As I was saying, the fans though, I thought the atmosphere was great. The little bit of booing here and there, but you know what? It was one of our better days, fam. It's not going to be perfect. I'm going to give the fans an 8 today. I didn't rate Maurizio either. Sorry, by the way. I didn't rate Maurizio. I'm going to give Maurizio a 7.
Right, this has been your player ratings for Chelsea 1, Frankfurt 1. Let us know if you agree or disagree with any of the ratings down in the description below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to 100% Chelsea as well. All social media links for that will also be down in the description below. Don't forget to check out Cameron's channel as well.
UTC.
Don't forget to check out my channel, Carefree Luiz G, as well. And we will see you on Sunday for the last Premier League game of the season against Leicester City. Let's hope we get that third spot. Up the Chelsea.